I'm gonna be honest, all the skills under the Mage Stone kind of suck to level up, but today I'm gonna go over how I did it because I think the way I did it was pretty good. It's probably not the most efficient way ever, but today I'm just gonna go over it. I'm gonna try and go as fast as I can so I don't waste your time, and here we go. Since this is gonna be the first video in a series I'm gonna be making, the race you're gonna create at the start of the game, or like the race you're gonna play as, it doesn't really matter, just do what looks cool, because at the end of the day, you're gonna have all your skills to level 100 anyways, and you're gonna have to enjoy the character you're with, and if you don't, those little boosts aren't going to really matter that much. As soon as you get those bindings off your little hands, you're going to be wanting to use your destruction magic, because destruction, if you're not using anniversary edition of the game, you're going to have only like basic destruction spells to level up, so there's no real fast way to do it. So the best way to do it is to just use destruction as your primary weapon until you are done with it. You're going to fight through Helgen as normal, and then once you get out of Helgen, you are going to want to get the Mage Stone, because there are going to be 3 standing stones at the end of the little path while you're following it. If you're not like jumping through the trees and stuff, which please don't do that, that's just pointless. The reason you use the Mage Stone is because it increases magic skills XP gain by 20%, and the skills under there are alteration, conjuration, destruction, enchanting, illusion, and restoration. So alchemy, what you would think would be there, is not there. That's under the Thief Stone, so you're not going to be doing that today. I want to preface something before we go into power leveling. You want to level up destruction a lot before you do anything, because if you don't have a strong enough offense before the later parts of the game, you are going to be drastically weaker than everything you are facing, because everything will get stronger while you really don't. If I have a quick suggestion, go to Winterhold and do the College Winterhold quest, because it doesn't block off anything and it's really helpful for magic characters, so I would go straight there immediately. One of the first quests you're going to want to do, because we're going to be power leveling a lot of these skills, is you want to do the Aetherial Wars. Now you're going to go to the Arcanum in the College of Winterhold, which is just a library, and there will be a light blue book on one of the tables called the Aetherial Wars, and that will start you on a quest that will help you get a thing that adds a 10 to 15% increase to XP gains, which if you put the Lover Stone on it anyways, because the thing you're going to be crafting takes on a Standing Stone effect. Now, doing this quest can be a little hard because it doesn't use quest markers, but the journal that you can find in the first ruin that it sends you to that does have a quest marker has a little map on it, and it's pretty easy to follow, but if you want, no judgment in here, you can just Google it, how to do it, and once you do it, you're going to craft the Ethereum Crown, and then you're going to go to the Lover Stone, take off the crown, you're going to then get that effect, put the crown back on, go back to the Mage Stone, then get that, and that will put the Lover Stone onto the crown, and you will have the Mage Stone. So while you're doing destruction, while in gameplay, the main skill you want to start getting prepared for is Enchanting, because Enchanting is overall the most useful skill in the entire game, and especially for leveling up magic skills, because it makes you not have to worry about magicka, because you will eventually be able to enchant 4 pieces of gear that does a 25% reduction to the cost of a certain school of spell. The main problem with enchanting is the fact that you're going to need a bunch of soul gems to level it up. And now where do you get these soul gems? Well, we're going to be getting them from a demon. So we're going to do the Azura quest, and we're going to try and get the route that gives you the Black Star, because humans always have grand souls, while with animals you'd have to look it up. Now if you want to do that, you can, but that's not how I did it. For those of you who don't know, all you got to do to get the Black Star version of the Daedric artifact is that you got to take it back to the tavern in Winterhold, take it to the guy you talked to start the quest, and he will then turn it into the Black Star, and you have a soul gem that weighs nothing, can only hold grand souls from humans, and that's pretty easy to fill up, because all you gotta do is go to a bandit camp, use soul trap on an enemy, or have an enchanted weapon with soul trap on it, and there you go, you have a grand soul without really having to do a lot. Now before I proceed in the video, this will be the first exploit I'm going to talk about, because I just think they're faster and more efficient, and it makes the game more fun. Now, if you don't want to use these, you don't have to. It'll be slower, but you can still do this pretty easily without, needing to duplicate a bunch of these. And for the people in the comments saying, oh, why not just use console commands, just shut the fuck up. No one's here for that. If they want to use console commands, they would Google it. They would not go down in the comment section, see your thing, and just suddenly come to a realization that they should be filled with shame because they cheated on a single player game. And it's not even really a cheat, because you don't even have to open the console commands like you're telling them to. So shut up, leave, and let the people actually enjoy this video. Now if you want to make this more efficient, you can duplicate the Black Star, and it's worth doing because it weighs nothing, so it won't burden you like normal soul gems, and it's pretty easy to do actually. All you gotta do is go to Whiterun, go into the Drunken Huntsman, hire Janessa because it only costs 500 gold, and by this point you should have it. If not, you need to make better financial decisions. So you're gonna then take her, go outside the gates of Whiterun, drop the Black Star on the ground, tell her to wait there, tell her to pick it up, don't get it out of her inventory, go back in the Whiterun, walk back out, you'll see it on the ground and you'll see it in her inventory, and then you'll keep doing that over and over until you have maybe 20, 30, 50, however many you really want. At this point, you're going to now commit lots of mass murder on bandits because they all have grand souls. Just use soul trap on them, like I said, or use a weapon with it, and then you'll have plenty of grand souls to use in enchanting. From here, throughout your adventures, you're going to accumulate items to enchant. You can go buy items, you can make them yourself, you can make rings if you just get iron, you can turn them into gold using the transmute spell, which you can find north of Whiterun in the Halted Stream camp. You can turn iron to silver, silver to gold. It takes 2 gold ore to be smelted into a gold ingot, and 1 gold ingot to make 2 gold rings, which is 2 items to enchant, and if you do this over and over, keep massacring bandits, you'll eventually have enchanting level 100 pretty easily. I know I've been fast, but you're gonna have to keep up. So we're gonna have to go to Riften now, and there's a place to like the northwest, northeast, I don't know the difference between west and east, I don't know. you're gonna go to Redwater Den. Inside there's gonna be a bunch of vampires. Scary. You're gonna go down, you're gonna get the spell tome for telekinesis. Now the reason you're gonna get this is because now that your enchanting is max level, you put a few perk points into it, because by this point in the game, you should put most of your perk points into enchanting. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna enchant 4 pieces of equipment that have 25% less to cost alteration, because that's what we're focusing on right now. So the reason we're gonna do this is because it makes it free. You learn the telekinesis spell, have the equipment on, pick up an item, keep holding the item with telekinesis, open your map, fast travel across the map while holding the thing, and then you'll open the loading screen and you will have level 100 alteration. That easy. So the next skill I'm going to be focusing on illusion, because I think it is the second easiest skill to level up, so I'm going to go over that real quick. So all you really need to do is get the muffle spell. If you don't really know where to get that, you can probably get it from any old mage in any place, or you can go to the College of Winterhold and go talk to the illusion master. Once you have that spell, you're going to get the rings to make it free, and then you're going to just spam it until you're level 100, because it is that easy. Even though it's a little time consuming, it isn't that bad. Next skill is going to be conjuration, because I think it is a little harder, but it is easier than everything else. So all you got to do is get soul trap. Same thing, you can get it from any old vendor. Then you got to find a dead body of a thing. You can kill it yourself if you want. That's up to you. I don't really want to tell you how to do your violence. Then you're going to take the corpse, have soul trap in both hands, make sure you have all the sets you need to make your conjuration free, and then you're going to spam it on the corpse of the body, and eventually you'll hit level 100, and it's pretty easy. It doesn't take that long. It's actually maybe a little faster than illusion, but I'm accounting for the fact that you got to get a body. Next up we got restoration. Now I know of 2 methods to do this, and one of them I think is better than the other, but I'm going to go over the lesser effective one for some people. I think some people will disagree with me, but I think the less effective way of doing it is going to High Hrothgar, going to the gate where the winds are fast. It'll like damage your health a little bit while you're standing next to it, and just cast a healing spell while it's doing that with all the pieces to make restoration magic free. And eventually you'll just hit level 100, but I don't think that's nearly as effective as doing the alternative, which is getting turn undead spells and going to dungeons and spamming them on the undead, which I think it's faster, especially if you get repel undead, because it'll shoot an arc out, and if you go into like a hallway of a bunch of enemies and just cast it, if all of them are undead, they'll all run away, and you'll get XP I think for each one that it gets hit, because I think with the turn undead spells, it's more having to do with the amount of people you hit rather than the amount of times you cast it. And now we're back at destruction. Now at this point you should have a pretty high destruction if you're just playing the game normally and doing these like every now and then. If you want to power level destruction, the only real suggestion I have is casting healing hands on a horse or like an enemy that's immortal, because you can use enchanting to give certain followers better stuff, especially if you use the resto loop. You can give them something that makes them nearly immortal, then you can just heal them and then you can cast fire on them, or like I said, you can do shadow mirror. You can just cast healing on him and then use fire. They'll never turn hostile, and you just do that until your destruction's level 100. It'll take some time doing it this way, so I just recommend playing the game and using it as your primary weapon, because that doesn't really take as long as you would think it would. Just make sure you upgrade the spells. You can have it be free if you want. I usually recommend just enchanting your stuff normally to maybe have it 50% off and just play the game as normal, so that way you can at least have some fun still. And yeah, that's all the skills I can really think of. At this point, you are fitting for the role of Archmage of Winterhold. I don't know if this video helps anyone at all. I'm going to try my best to add stuff over it to make it easier to follow. If you feel like this helped you at all, or if you just enjoyed listening to me spout a bunch of random bullshit as fast as I could, be sure to like, subscribe, do whatever. I think next time I'm going to be going over the thief skills, because overall those are a little easier than the warrior skills. I mean, some of them are kind of time consuming, but a lot of them can actually be cheesed. And yeah, I will be going over those next time. If you have any questions or anything, just be sure to, search it up first, and if you can't find anything, just comment and I'll try my best to help. Other than that, I've just been trying to 100% the game, and I just felt like I wanted to make a video quickly going over how I did things. It's probably not the most efficient way. Maybe it'll help someone out there. But yeah, you all have a good day. I say too much. Ugh.